Today we won't talk about products or mining. Let's talk about January 3rd, when the BTC price plummeted 5,000 points in 1 hour, and the liquidation of $531 million. Why did the market rebound so quickly after suddenly losing $531 million in just 2 hours, when there was no early warning or news in the market? What happened behind this, and what is the deeper impact? The influence may be far deeper than what we see on the surface. Let's talk about this today. The news that went viral in our entire industry in the past 2 days is that Matrix has released a short selling signal in the market. Bitcoin ETF may not pass. It should be said that it triggered a huge liquidation of the entire industry. And this news makes people feel very strange. Today, we will do some analysis for you. We could draw some conclusions which help us get a correct prediction through historical data to help us make correct judgment. First, let's take a look. Why Matrix released such a horrible news? We can take a look. At the time when Matrix released this trend in the Chinese area was around 6:40 p.m. in the afternoon, and at that time in North America and Europe, it was about 4 to 6 o'clock in the morning. This time point confused us very much, because we have always thought that Matrix is a company based in Singapore that serves cryptocurrency enthusiasts around the whole world. So why not a company release such a heavy news at a more appropriate time? What about all the participants in global cryptocurrencies? Why choose a very strange time point like 6:40 Beijing time, which only let more friends in the Chinese area get it? We can't help but wonder if there is a conspiracy behind it. Is there more evil behind it? Are they being manipulated by others, or are they taking advantage of the public who don't know the truth? Let's take a look at some key points based on these conjectures and assumptions. Shortly before the release of this article, we discovered that a large transfer of 3,100 bitcoins was transferred to a Binance account. We classified it as an ambush before the signal was released. We did not know about this ambush much. Did he have the foresight to predict the entire market? Or was it just a coincidence? The second point, all transactions and all media releases at the time on the entire network is the lowest. Why is it? At that time there was only the Chinese area, and only Asia, where there was an active biological clock. Everyone was working and everyone was making a lot of financial operations. The third point, we look at the VIP group within the Bit exchange. An executive, or the main responsible person in charge from Matrix shareholders. At 6:40, they released a strategic analysis report about the possibility of Bitcoin ETF may not pass in January. The time point is 6:40 p.m. This report appears for the first time, and in this group there are some leading miners in the industry, some important participants, and some influential people who hold a lot of coins. After it was posted, a large number of people posted more. This is the situation at 6:40. Then we take a look at the Binance exchange. 5 minutes after the report, at 6:45, we have seen the exchange begin to decline in a waterfall-like manner. At the same time, in the Chinese area, on social media and the communities, the Chinese WeChat circle of friends, this kind of information is expanding and spreading. After these few steps, the entire network caused a liquidation loss of $531 million in just 1 or 2 hours. Let's review these strange timeline points. It's hard not to suspect there's a story behind this. What I said again is that I think blockchain has given most of us opportunities. Bitcoin has given us the possibility of wealth. It has given many Chinese people the opportunity and ability to go out of China, out of Asia, and serve the whole world. I absolutely believe that a company like Matrix based on serving global users. So why is such an important information about interpreting ETF documents choosing a time point when only Easterners and Asians would pay attention? Shouldn't it be a company serving the world? Shouldn't he have released this information at a better time globally? Doesn't he have his VIP users in North America and Europe? Didn't he tell these people right away that they needed to read it carefully? I heard a lot of rumors in the market that at around January 10th, Matrix, they had a large short option of $40,000, which was about to expire. If this is the case, judging from the general trend at the time of the incident, this contract will probably lose money. Are there such expectations for some economic perspectives, needing communities, media, and funds to make sure 36,000 to 38,000 short option do not lose money or even make a profit? We can predict. because this is counterintuitive rumor. Let's take a look at this very professional Bitcoin article that shocked people in and outside the industry. We don't need to interpret it, because this is a ridiculous article. The entire article is just conjecture, and his prediction is without any support. But why can he get so much support? What we must be sure of is that the Matrix has made a correct prediction. At the beginning of this year, when the price of the entire currency was between 10,000 and 20,000, they shouted out their expectations for the BTC price of 50,000, 100,000, and millions in the future. At that time, they helped more participants in our industry believe hope. But his behavior disappointed us very much this time. Why did such a whimsical and absurd article pass the review? Why did it come to the public in a very strange way? This makes us puzzled. Then let's take a look at Wu Jihan's official reply. In this official reply, we don't see sincerity. We don't see the determination to deal with the problem, and I don't see responsibility. We only see the arrogance of power. Wu Jihan should be the only person in Asia, in the Bitcoin industry, and in the blockchain industry who is close to God. This is an absolute compliment. He brought blockchain and Bitcoin to the East before. He is the first person in the world to translate the Bitcoin white paper in Chinese. His past deserves our recognition, but there were some small problems in the early days of Bitcoin. It was not that perfect. It can be quite troublesome, and it can easily cause blockage. We also often talk about Wu Jihan being the only person who is closest to destroying Bitcoin. Why was BCH born? Is it to solve Bitcoin's problems? It's possible, but it's more likely to be one person's arrogance, a test product created by one person in order to reach a position in the industry, which everyone can only dream of. Of course, with such a past, I think it is understandable for Matrix to do such a thing based on the founder's personality, as well as his own definition. Why? Because he does not need the Matrix to bring a fortune, but to become a god in a battle. Because only with such a personality, he could have such an extreme behavior. But this is just a little bit of our opinion. In addition, let's take a look at Matrix. What is the purpose and significance of doing this? At this point in time, we think this is a major mistake in this company's project management. Why? Because after Matrix has done this, it actually tells the world the future of all industries, our expectations for the market, regulators, traditional capital markets, including emerging capital, listed companies, and sovereign funds that are observing this industry. Matrix was telling them that the market in this industry is one which can be easily manipulated. Because everyone knows that they only released a speculative article, and the industry exploded with $531 million US. If it is said that judgment and manipulation can easily affect the world and Bitcoin, how can we make regulation and traditional capital really look at our industry seriously? So it's possible that Matrix can make money through this, right? But I feel that the company have laid huge hidden dangers, its reputation, user recognition, and even the securities law lawsuits it faces after ETF is passed in the future and Bitcoin is securitized. In this role, I think this is a huge strategic mistake, because Matrix should not be such a company. Wu Jihan, the team led by Mr. Wu, should not do such a thing today. Why? Because we must reflect, what do they bring to our industry? We want to know what happened in the past. We are about to usher in the supervision of the entire capital market. What have we sacrificed for the market's supervision? Fox's entire company disappeared, and Binance Xiao Changpeng made his own sacrifice to allow Binance to embrace complete compliance. Policies in several countries have closed all mines. The efforts of these have enabled Bitcoin data security to achieve truly globalization and decentralization. Today, it should be said that at such a critical point, we are looking forward and waiting for the SEC to pass our ETF and let us open the channel for mainstream capital to truly enter this industry. Matrix released such a short-selling report. If he really gives us professional information through rigorous investigation, real data, interviews with people, and various comparisons of capital, we would agree. It's because the industry needs a company to question where the problem is. But if it's just the temporary workers doing a short article's prediction, they made such a conclusion and gave it to the industry. I don't think this is what the Matrix led by Mr. Wu should do. We often say that this industry only recognizes the strong, and we don't care how the strong achieve results and wealth. But this is how we should describe it in the previous era. We are about to enter a regulatory period, and we are about to be recognized by the whole society. We should return to the mainstream track. Then as a vested interest, as a superior, as a company serving the global field, he himself should walk on the right path and promote it. Or he wants to help us better reconcile with the traditional world and embrace supervision. We'll make the traditional capital market recognize that this is not a manipulable market. But this company, Matrix, doesn't have it. It is really puzzling to us that the tragedy caused by a temporary worker seems to have cut off $531 million around the world. But the real harm to the industry goes far beyond these superficial damages. What's even more thorough is that people who don't know the truth, including us, will have deep concerns about the company Matrix and Wu Jihang. Because we are afraid of companies and individuals who manipulate the market. We are so scared. Bitcoin has gone through so long, and it has never let anyone down. This is more of a problem between people. We hope that such an incident is just an episode in the upcoming regulatory SEC approval of ETFs. We don't want it to be an obstacle. We hope that in this great reconciliation between Bitcoin and the traditional world, the leading resources, leading individuals, and leading companies can all play a positive role. We must embrace change and embrace regulation. This is what these leading pioneers have been working hard for the past 10 years. This is what you have been looking forward to, bringing Bitcoin to all parts of the world, to China, to Asia. Since we and you are participants in depth, you are the superiors, and you are the evangelists of this industry. We hope that you can stick to your original intention, said that we should give up some personal gains and losses and contribute to this industry and the community. Let's not do things that pit the Eastern and Western blockchain worlds against each other. We need to regulate and allow individuals to integrate into each other. The world on the internet is flat, but let the blockchain make the world closely connected. Today, we only have opinions and no positions. All these things are just our analysis and judgment through various information and some information we know. They are still the same as the analyst Marcus who was sold. We don't know right or wrong either. But we feel that we should share the information we think we know with all our peers and participants in our blockchain world. Thank you everyone. Today we close it here.